welcome to the reading. This reading will be for Selena Gomez and Zayn Malik. So I guess they've been hanging out. So people are kind of like wondering, are they a thing? What's happening with that? So I'm going to be looking into all of that. But how I like to start this off is by checking what's the energies around them. What can we see? What's the energies around this situation? And it's funny because people are saying like, is this for attention? Like, is it real? I mean, so far we're seeing it has to do about career. So that's fascinating. What else can we see? So this is definitely a career situation that's attached to this. Ooh, revenge. So, I mean, look at the energies coming out, right? Because people are saying, like, is Selena doing this because she has issues with the Jenner chicks and Gigi, I guess? So, I mean, look, revenge. So this has to do with revenge. It has to do with their career. It has to do with revenge. What else can we see about this situation? Every time I do a reading on Selena Gomez, why is like these energies always popping out, right? Magic, rituals, spell work, voodoo. You guys can't tell me it's a coincidence at this point. You guys cannot tell me it's a coincidence at this point because every time I do a reading on Selena, this always happens, right? Like where it talks of her doing spell work, her being a witch. So, I mean, more spell work. This is bad spell work, obviously. This isn't good. So, okay. I covered that in the previous reading I did. Kind of like the recent readings I've been doing with Selena. This energy always pops up. So I said that it relates to like her talking to guys. And it also relates to sort of like her businesses, her career and all of that. And we have religious here. Religion. What this shows me is that this is a highly spiritual situation. I know this might look like a good image and all, but all that's canceled out by this voodoo. So what's being shown to me is that this is definitely a spiritual situation. Like, this is a love deck, right? This is, what's the name of this deck? The Melanin Pop Love Archetypes deck or something, I forget. But this is a love deck, right? And I bring that up to say that it's fascinating that like love isn't popping up in this situation. What we're seeing is because of work. We're seeing it's because of revenge. Excuse me. Let me have a glass of water. This always be like happening when I be doing too many readings and shit. But I guess I be talking too much. I don't know. Because it's like, I don't normally be having this problem outside of like doing this. But yeah, I was saying that we have revenge. And we have the witchcraft and all that with the voodoo, dark practices. And then we have sort of like religion. It's something, religion is a man-made sort of like institution, right? I know like people like to make it seem like, you know, it comes from like the divine and all that, you know, but a lot of like what religion comes from is people, humans, right? That speaks of an orchestration, right? It doesn't speak of something that's kind of natural, right? It's kind of just like churches don't just build themselves, right? People build them. So what this represents is that there's building going on. There's definitely building going on. It relates to love. It relates to this revenge and all this spell work. But that's what's going on with the energies around them. So, I mean, it's fascinating. But let me see now, like, sorry, my set is starting to fuck up. How does Selena feel about Zayn? So, like, let's see. How does Selena actually feel about Zayn? What can we see regarding this situation? She knows that she can't trust him with this Five of Swords. That's how she feels. She's like, I can't trust this man. You know what I mean? It's kind of just like they both know each other as far as like them both being shady. Because if you look at this dude is looking back like that dude's shady. This dude here is looking at this guy like he's shady. So it's kind of like an energy of like, what I'm getting from this is like, they both know that they have shady tendencies, right? Not just that, it's kind of like unfinished business with this Five of Swords as well. Because Five of Swords speaks of kind of just like shady things happening and walking away from it. It's kind of like they're revisiting old things from the past. I'm seeing it's not even relevant. And it relates to this revenge. So I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but this is just what's being told to me, that it's not even necessarily relevant, but they're just trying to make it a thing. Not just that, the stars here, when we talk about celebrities, it represents stardom, attention, right? That's what this whole situation's about. It's kind of just like she knows she can't trust him, but it's about attention. You know, they're both stars, right? They're celebrities, and that's what's popping up. What else can we see? How does Selena feel about Zayn? And I'm going to look and see like how he feels about her. But let's see. The Ace of Wands is a phallic energy. It also represents energy. So what I'm getting from this is that the passion is there as far as the intimacy. So it's kind of just like she enjoys the intimacy. She enjoys that passion. Not just that. It's kind of just like, what I'm getting from this is like, she loves attention. And I know I keep saying that, but this is the energies. The energies is telling me it's kind of just like she loves the attention. Like she loves the passion. Like she loves the sex and all of that. That feels good to her. She's enjoying that. But she also enjoys the attention. So for her, it's kind of just like she's almost using him in a way for like passion, attention. What else can we see regarding this situation? Nothing's going to come from it, though, with this Six of Swords. The Six of Swords speaks of kind of just like walking away, leaving things behind, kind of just like things not necessarily working out. So that's what I'm getting here. Nothing's going to come from it. She knows that. She's kind of just like, I'm having fun. It's for attention. I know he's shady. But, you know, I know that nothing's going to come from it. So, like, that's how she feels. She's just having fun, and this relates to attention, publicity. So, I mean, that's how she feels about it. That's how she feels about him. So, let me see now. How does Zayn feel about Selena? What can we see? What can we see? How does Zayn feel about Selena? Oh, he's being a strategist. He's being a little strategist, right? The King of Swords represents someone that strategizes, right? Someone that has a plan. So this is kind of like almost code energy, because it's kind of just like he has a plan coming into this, is what I'm seeing. Not just that, it's not fun for him with this Four of Swords. The Four of Swords represents like rest, sleeping. It's boring as far as him. That's why I was getting like a code energy, because he's kind of just like, okay, I'm coming into this with this strategy, right? For his career. It popped up earlier in this deck that they're doing it for revenge, for their career. Not just that, Selena's witchcraft was popping up again. But for him, he's kind of just like, I'm tired. And let me just say that this is all alleged. You know, I have to say that because of YouTube, even though the energies are real. What else can we see? Oh, it's a burden. He's not... It's really graphic, the energy that I'm getting, but it's telling me it's kind of just like, I'm not going to even get into it because like that's not my style, but it's kind of just like he's just bored with the situation. That's what I'm getting. He's bored with the situation. Not just that. She's really clingy, and it's a burden for him. It's a burden. She's clingy as far as like sex, as far as attention. And it's a burden for him. That's what I'm seeing. I have to watch out what I say because it's like weird. I don't want to be talking crazy and shit. But this strength, It's a situation of control, right? Because the strength always shows like a female, a woman, like basically having control over a king, a lion. What I'm getting from this is kind of just like, and it's funny because I was telling you that she was like clingy. That's what the energies were showing me. And it's kind of just like, that's how he feels. He's kind of just like, she's too controlling. So for him, how he feels about it, I'm going to be real. I'm not getting romance with this King of Swords. Is showing me that it's a strategy for attention. I don't know if he has like a album or a song coming out, but it's kind of just like, this vibe is showing me that it's a strategy behind him hanging out with her and doing all of that. Not just that, it's boring to him. It's definitely boring. You know, he doesn't have passion for her. You know, she has passion for him, but she knows what it is and he knows what it is. So, I mean, it is what it is. And this 10 of Wands, you know what I mean? It's kind of just like a burden for him. A heavy weight that he doesn't want to carry. He's kind of just like, if you look at this guy's face, he's like over it too. He's just like, I'm done. Also, if you would like me to look into your situation as far as your life and all of that, like, I'm open for readings. All that information will be in the description box as far as my rates, what I charge for my readings and all of that. It's all transparent and it's all there. So yeah. And basically, her just being all over him, trying to control him. You know what I mean? He's a king, right? He's his own person. So he sees her as controlling and as a burden. So let's see. We already kind of got into it, but the question kind of was answered, but we might be able to get like deeper insight. So let's see. What is Selena's intent as far as like this situation with Zayn? What else can we see? Is it anything else besides like the revenge and the work and her like, she wants excitement in her life. She wants excitement in her life. Like, that's what it's about. She wants that unpredictable energy, right? Not just that, this is a multifaceted situation. So it has many angles to it. So she's covering a lot of ground. Not just that, this is more of a spiritual card, this third eye. So it's spiritual things going on with this, right? It's definitely, and I'm going to be real. You know, I don't like to get so deep in the readings, but this is just the energy, so I have to say it. Like, I don't have to say it, but it's kind of just like it's popping up for a reason. I would watch out for Selena's fans, like if you're a fan, you know, because this is energy is almost like draining. It's like she likes being in the news and she likes draining people's energy, and that's just what I'm seeing. It's a very spiritual situation with Selena. And she like feeds off of that energy because she has beings, entities that's like linked up with her. So that's what I'm seeing. It's a spiritual situation. Like, yeah, she wants that excitement with this wild card, but what this third eye is showing me with my third eye is that this is a spiritual situation for her. It's like a draining situation. So, I mean, that's her intent. Let me see now. What's his intent? What's his Zayn intent with Selena? So we already got into it with work. This is a sideways card, not just that. It's face down. So it represents his emotion. Third eye, he knows that things are off. He knows that things are off spiritually. He doesn't like it. His third eye is telling him stay away. He's a Capricorn. Capricorns are very intuitive, actually. Like, you know, I'm a Capricorn myself. And like, usually it's not really associated with Capricorns, but Capricorns are the sea goats. And the water, the sea, it represents kind of like spiritual ether. You know what I mean? Even though like Capricorn is like an earth sign, but it's really a highly intuitive like sign. His instincts, his insights are telling him like, dude, it's not good. That's what's pushing him away as well. He really can't get into it because Selena puts him off. So it's kind of just like, this is more insight into their situation. It's kind of just like, he would be more into it if she didn't give off creepy vibes spiritually. He knows that things are off. Another sideways card and his face down, so his emotion. Androgyny. She has masculine energies, right? She's a feminine lady. She's a feminine lady, right? Like you see her, she's feminine. You know, you wouldn't really get androgynous. But how she goes about things, as far as like how she operates in this red, I don't know her zodiac sign, but this red is giving me Aries energy. It's kind of just like she handles things like a man, like how she goes out for revenge, how like she tries to control and how she tries to dominate things. So it's kind of just like he's put off by that. That's what I'm seeing. He's put off by the spiritual situation. Again, sideways card. Not just that, he's put off by her being androgynous. You know, it's kind of just like her energies are androgynous. It's masculine to him. So it's kind of just like, the question was like, what is his intent? He doesn't have intent in this situation. We already got into that earlier, so I ain't going to repeat myself as far as the career and all of that. But besides that, it's nothing more. That's why it's not speaking of anything else. For her, it was like the wild card and all of that. But for him, it's kind of just like he doesn't want to have anything to do with her because he is disgusted. He's just doing it for his career and all of that. So, I mean, very insightful. And I like to explain things so people understand the energies, you know? So, yeah. So, let's see. I have 2 more questions left. And my next question is Selena trying to agitate Gigi by, you know, being seen out with her man or her ex-dude, Zayn? So let's see. Is Selena trying to agitate Gigi? What's going on with that? Because it was talking of revenge earlier, but let's see. Can we see a deeper insight? All right, so this definitely represents Selena's emotion because the card is face down, but it's inverted. It's upside down. So let's see. Shady planning. Shady planning, right? The 3 of Wands represents travel, right? Long distance situations, you know? But it also represents planning, right? You got to plan to travel. The fact that it's inverted, it represents shady plans. So I'm seeing shady plans. Selena has shady plans. What else can we see? So that's a yes. It's definitely to agitate Gigi. But let's see. Maybe we could get more insight. The Queen of Swords, right? The Queen of Swords is, you know, the Queen of Swords represents a lot of things, but I'm going to be real. The Queen of Swords is kind of like a mean woman, right? It's kind of just like people say like the Queen of Swords is a bitch and all of that. So, I mean, you know, that's the energy that I'm getting with this Queen of Swords. You know, yeah, this is like a little cute image because it's like a cartoon type of deck, but the energies are definitely here. So it's kind of just like telling me that negative strategy, bad plans, right? Inverted 3 of Wands. Not just that, this Queen of Swords, bad strategy again. Swords represents the mind, strategy. The Queen of Swords can be ruthless in nature. So ruthless energies, and I think this came up in one of the readings I've done for her recently. So interesting that this energy pops up again for her, this Queen of Swords. What else can we see? More insight, right? It's about money as well. This situation, for her, it's kind of just like to fuck with Gigi. Negative plans, right? Revenge with this Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is big on revenge, right? She'll cut you. Not just that. This has to do with money as well. Not just that, it's kind of just like she doesn't have excitement in her life. You know, the 4 of Cups represents kind of just like you rejecting things, you not being happy. You know what I mean? It's kind of just like a bratty energy as well. So it's kind of just like she's trying to spice up her life, you know. But besides that, it's kind of just like it is what it is. So yeah, she's trying to like mess with like Gigi and all of that. Now, my last question is, how does Gigi feel about Selena and Zayn talking? Like, you know, hanging out and all of that, being seen together. How does Gigi feel about all of that? She moved on. She moved on with this fool. She has other things going on in her life. She's kind of just like, dude, I don't care. What else? Look at this. This confirms the energy right now. Like the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands represents energy, right? Where you put your effort. She's not. Look at how the energies kind of just like come out for us, right? Like, this is beautiful, right? This is a real beautiful situation. We have to appreciate the energies, right? Because the energies just tell it how it is, especially for me, because I'm like really connected, like spiritually and all. So it's kind of just like, I love when the energies is so clear, because it's kind of just like she's not putting her energy to it, right? Again, the Knight of Wands represents kind of like how you go about things, where you're putting your energy. It's in reverse. So she's like, I don't have no energy for it. I have my own situations going on, my own life, my own excitement, my own plans, my own new beginnings. I don't have time for you guys. So that's her vibe. What else can we see? I'm going to leave it here. Yep, she moved on with the Chariot. She's actually annoyed because she's like, you guys are stupid. Look how this person's looking. It's kind of just like, are you guys fucking serious right now? Like, that's the vibes I'm getting. It's kind of just like, you guys really think I'm like going to trip or I care? She's just like, I don't care. I got my own things going on. So, I mean, fascinating. This is funny because these two cards landed on the Knight of Wands in reverse and the Chariot. So it already showed that she doesn't have sort of just like energy to give for this, right? But it's like energies of them trying to burden her is what I'm getting. It's kind of just like Zayn knows like how females are, right? How women are. It's kind of just like no one doesn't want like to see their ex with another person, especially kind of like someone you're not really like fucking with like that. It's an energy of them trying to burden her. Not just that, it's kind of just like an energy of control, trying to slow down her movement, right? And I'm not trying to be like fucked up. This is just the energies, right? People have natures to themselves, because I know like sometimes Zayn fans just want to hear like good things, right? Like, oh, Zayn is pure, right? Like every time I do a reading, and this is why I'm explaining it, because I know the energies, but it's kind of just like I have to explain it because people want things to be black or white, good and evil, right? And people just to be perfect. And if you show the reality of the situation, people don't appreciate it. What I'm seeing is a situation where it's kind of just like, yeah, Zayn moved on, because I did a reading for him like a while ago and it was showing that like he moved on in his life. But what I'm seeing here right now is that things kind of switched up. It's kind of just like she moved on in his life. She moved on with her life, and he knows this, so it's like he's trying to burden her. That's what I'm seeing. It's kind of just like, yeah, Selena's trying to like burden Gigi, but it's like he's trying to burden her with this 10 of Wands to like, he doesn't like that she doesn't have energy for him. That's what I'm seeing. So I know that they have a kid together, I believe, so it's kind of just like she's doing her own thing, and it's like he can't accept that. You know, before it was like he was doing his own thing and he didn't want to deal with her. But now what I'm seeing is kind of like he's trying to sabotage her. That's what I'm seeing. Not just that, trying to control her movement with this Chariot and the strength on top of the Chariot. So this is a situation of like, when you're doing things in your life, like let's say like you're dating someone, right? And it's kind of just like you move on from this situation, then it's kind of just like that person then feels a particular way. Like, wow, why aren't you kind of like in love with me anymore? Like, how can you move on? And then it's kind of just like they do things to irritate you and to annoy you. Like they want your energy to still be stuck in the past. So that's what I'm seeing. This is kind of just like Zayn is just trying to have her stuck. He wants to control her movement because the strength represents control. He wants to control her movement. Not just that, he wants to put burdens on her because she doesn't have time for him. But this new beginning here, the Fool, it's not going to work. She doesn't care. It's kind of just like agitating for her. Like she's agitated by it, but she doesn't care. So guys, definitely tell me what you thought of this reading, the energies. I love hearing like what you guys have to say about it. And yeah, take care.